Sometimes I wonder if TV has ruined my ability to appreciate some aspects of movie watching. Now, just blanket statement, I'm not saying this has happened to everyone and it's a pandemic of some kind. I've just been doing some introspection and I'm wondering if anyone else is experiencing similar issues. The main issue that I'm having is this. As I said, like over a year ago, I think, binging TV shows has kind of altered my perception of visual storytelling. I don't see TV shows as separate components. I see them as a long movie more often than not. Like one lengthy story, whether the story is the point of the series or not. For example, there is no broad story in Frasier, but if you binge the episodes, you're watching the slowly developing romance between Niles and Daphne. He falls for her right off the bat, and it takes a very long time for him to be in a position to even consider asking her out. And then there's even more time of her coming around to agreeing to go out with him. It is a rocky road with a lot of missteps and, frankly, horrible mistakes before they finally reach that happy ending. Big Bang Theory is a lot of similar stories, the slow building relationships between Leonard and Penny, and Sheldon and Amy, and Howard and Bernadette. Raj's lack of forward progress is what really hurt him as a character. When these shows were separated into weekly installments, I appreciated the slow build, but I wasn't focused on it necessarily. I wasn't tuning in to see, ooh, I hope that they get closer to getting married now. But when I'm binging, that is the through line that I'm watching happen, and it feels realistic with the time that you have going into it. There's the very slow build that you normally have in any relationship, the twists and the turns, and there are no shortcuts because they can spread it out. But this has created an odd thing in my brain where now I have trouble enjoying the brevity of these sorts of relationships as presented in movies. For a bad example, Ticket to Paradise, a recent chick flick with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. The plot of that one is they are a nastily divorced couple that absolutely hate each other's guts, but they have to be on the same island as each other because their daughter is getting married. The daughter fell into insta-love on a vacation, and now she's marrying this local island guy, and while they're there, the island works its magic again on Clooney and Roberts, and they get back together. No, get out of here. Now, something that this movie did right is really show how dysfunctional this former couple was. They are at each other's throats. Petty, mean, nasty, rude. You don't know what split them up finally, but it had clearly built up over a long time. However, I would contend that they did too good of a job because them getting back together is totally unbelievable. They have fun drinking tequila one night, and then they remember that they had a really great kid together. So now they're giving it another shot. Sorry, but we know that this kind of thing takes time that they did not have. And they are in for a world of hurt in very short order. For a good example, something that I love and has never bothered me in the past, Chunk and Sloth in the Goonies. Their relationship is Chunk is tied up in a room and scared of Sloth. Chunk gives Sloth a candy bar. Sloth frees Chunk. They go through a tunnel together. Sloth saves Chunk's friends. Chunk thinks that Sloth gets blown up. And then Sloth's family gets arrested, so Chunk gets him to live with his family. It's never bothered me before, but when I watched it recently, Chunk has known Sloth for something like 6 hours at this point. I'm not sure the exact number, but it is less than 12. Less than half a day, and Sloth is just invited to live with Chunk's family. Even from a viewing perspective, they bonded over liking Baby Ruths and Chunk discovering that Sloth is kind. And that's not enough to get your parents to let him move in with you. Now, this escalation never bothered me in the past because it's well filmed and well acted, so you believe it. And that's often the case. The actors have chemistry, and the script escalates their familiarity, and the director does a really good job of encouraging the rapport with each other to promote the idea that they know each other really well. Aside from that, we accept that movies are shortened narratives because of time, so they developed a type of shorthand. You see characters in what could be considered a bonding moment, cut to later, and they seem closer, so we assume that the bonding continued while we were away. But now I'm used to watching a more realistic, slow progression. A progression where I see the moments we were away from in movies, and I've kind of stopped falling for the shorthand. I think to myself, I don't believe that he would change that much. I didn't see enough change or buildup for me to accept this as genuine. That is a valid criticism for a lot of movies, but now I have trouble giving a pass to situations that I would have praised just like 10 years ago. It's more likely to rear its head in situations like The Goonies, where the story is less than 24 hours long. I know that that's not enough time, so I notice the moments we were given, and I judge them harshly on whether or not it was enough. By contrast, something like Lord of the Rings, where the hobbits come to implicitly trust and respect Aragorn, and he does the same, is a little bit more forgiving because of the extended time span. The adventure from their meeting to the sundering of the Fellowship is actually several months, and that's enough time for people to get to know each other. I don't know, maybe I'm reading too far into this, but I'm starting to think that I've unlearned acceptance of the shorthand, and I want more than I used to accept. And I'm just kind of wondering if anyone else feels the same way. This is a rare time when I don't think that filmmakers are the problem and blame myself instead. So let me know if I'm alone or if you've begun to feel similarly. You'll see me next time if you subscribe. Bye.